Or
like Ace Hardware and Home Depot and Lowe's.
Yeah, like, or it could be, like I said, a more affordable option for the people who really already struggle.
You do got all the people now doing the like the Walmart Plus, and you order everything online and you just go pick it up. Like, how would that? Some people are used to that idea where they don't want to have to go into the stores. Some people are still wearing masks in the fear of COVID or the cold. It's flu season. It just all those things kind of do play in there, but it just.
So, but with speaking about like government and stuff, came across this video. It's a comedian, Ari Shafir. I think I sent it to you guys. But they were they asked him, he's a comedian. Preface that, but I guess he's being dead serious in this clip. I'm gonna play it real quick so you guys can hear it. Tell me what you think.
And what about politics?
I don't give a shit.
You don't find it a great
I really don't care about politics.
Of
some people
material?
do. I don't. I think the system is corrupt. Every time I'm walking on the street, somebody's like, hey, vote for so-and-so. I'm like, it's all corrupt. Anarchy is the only way we're going to change anything. Violence. Kill a politician. That's the only way you can change shit.
What?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously you're joking.
No.
Are you serious?
Yeah, voting is not going to make a difference. It has never. Not in 100 years.
So what would you like to see?
I'd like to see some politicians start getting murdered and reform this government.
Oh my God.
Into one that's not corrupted. I'd like to get business out of government, and they're not going to do it. So the only way to do that is start killing people.
Isn't that exactly what
Look
you
around the
don't
world.
want?
How has anything changed around the world? How has any regime change happen around the world? Violence. That's the only way. You think people in Arab countries are that much different than us?
Yeah.
Violence. That's the only way you depose a system that doesn't represent the people anymore.
I mean, I think the wonderful thing about the United States is that we can vote, and you do change
Your
administration.
vote doesn't go anywhere. Your vote doesn't do anything.
Yes, it does.
You can now be arrested and never tried if they say you're a terrorist. Never tried in your life. Just arrested and held forever. Who voted for that?
So shoot them all.
No, not shoot them all. Start shooting them until they get business out of politics and they start representing who we are instead of their money interests. Yeah, violence. That's the only way shit changes, man.
Okay.
Look at history. Tell me when a regime has changed with voting. I mean, I know. I'm putting you on the spot. I'm putting you on the spot. That's not fair because you haven't studied this stuff.
Well, no, I'm not trying to, murder politicians. I'm not trying to do what I don't like that others do that I would like to change, so I will shoot somebody because I'm pissed off that they're shooting somebody else.
Yeah.
It's not the way that I think, but that's fine. We think differently.
I think even if you don't want to shoot somebody, don't vote. Voting is you complicitly saying, I support this system, and I don't support it anymore. I don't. We're killing people in Yemen. We're murdering families in Yemen that aren't associated with any sort of terrorist thing. It was just an oopsie when we killed a wedding party. And Obama, the fucking hope change guy, just refused to comment on it. That's cool. Do what you want. It's not going to change. Your voting is not going to change that. I know one way that it'll change. I can look at history and tell you this is the way things change. Look at whenever a black guy gets shot. It's like, oh, it's bad. If this is a riot, no one comments on it. Those things go under the radar. When there's a riot in Baltimore, it's like, hold on, we've got to rethink the system here in Baltimore because people went crazy. That's just in history, here and elsewhere. That's the only way.
Ooh, I kind of spoke to you about it, so I kind of know what you think about it a little bit. What you think about what he said?
Man, that guy.
He said a lot.
He said a lot.
He said made some strong statements.
Man, it's like two sides of it. I feel like nothing doesn't move until somebody gets shot. Nothing doesn't move or nothing doesn't take place in this country until there's a significant civil unrest that's going on. Look at George Floyd. Look at what came from George Floyd. Look at I forgot his name.
Like you said,
the guy
riots and stuff.
The riot. What's the guy that got beat in the street by all the police officers?
Every black guy that got pulled over.
But the
Rodney King.
Yes. Rodney King.
Yeah.
Rodney King. Yes. Look at what came from that. Look at what came from George Floyd. And some people have their different opinion about it. Some people say George Floyd is not a hero. George Floyd had a criminal record and all these other things. Do he deserve to die that way? No, he does not. That does not justify it. Some people say, do he deserve a trophy? Some people say yes. Some people say no. I am not saying either. I don't think
the real question should be about George Floyd as a person.
Yeah,
it should be about the action that happened.
The action that happened. But society doesn't look at it that way. It's so many different terms and left. You got this side saying something. You got up saying something, down saying something, left, right. Everybody has their opinion about it. But what that guy said, I mean, I don't condone anything he say. You know, that is not what our show is about, where we condone what he says.
Absolutely not condoning killing people. But as far as just his take on, you know, how else
is something going to happen?
How else can you change?
There's some truth to it, but then it's one of those saying the quiet part out loud. It's kind of hard.
Yeah, I mean,
it's you know, I mean, I ain't finna hold my tongue or you know that stuff. There's some truth to it. There's some.
I mean, to me, he wasn't wrong. Throughout history, that's just how it goes. If you even take the Bible as a historic text, it tells you that people been at war since people existed. Mm-hmm. And nobody ever conquered another nation by sitting there raising their hand saying like, hey, we think you should leave this part of the land so we can take it. It's been done by blood, power vacuums, even through presidential histories here. It's like people, hey, we need to go take this out on the front lawn. And you would get popped. Wars have been fought, you know, over power. It's like that's how it works. So he wasn't wrong to the point where it would take violence in order to overthrow. I think what the problem is that who would be at the end of that war, it's like who would be left standing? Like who are you going to go to war with? And that was my biggest question with the turmoil and like where we're at today in society. It's like, okay, Democrats and Republicans get super mad and they decide to go guns for guns. It's like, how are you going to decipher that? How are you going to run into somebody and assume that they're Republican or Democrat? And once that's said and done and y'all shot each other up, then what? The power structure that's going to remain at the top are the ones that would put you in it. So
do you think that's the...
Well, I think I think to his point was not us, not the people taking each other out. His point was taking out the people who are actually in power, who are not doing the things that we want them to do when we put them in office.
It was sending a signal.
No, but
it was sending a definite message to the. You don't think so?
No, because it's like this. Say for instance, right now,
like the United Healthcare guy. And now
exactly.
Yeah, but what did that change?
Yeah, but
he got dudes going locked up for life. That didn't change anything in the healthcare policy. And it's the same thing. Like if you were to do it to a politician wise, if you were to line up all the politicians and take them out, just hypothetically, or say you take out 75% of them and you wipe them out, you'd be like, okay, let's start fresh. You're going to go through the exact same voting process with the exact same people getting funded by the exact same super PACs or lobbyists or whoever to get put right back in the exact same position. So it's not even the people that we see, because I'd always thought about that too. Like, well, if you want to change the world, taking out President Trump or whoever's president at the time is not going to change anything, because they don't rule. It's like they're like everybody else. They the manager at Burger King. You ain't changing shit on the menu. You're just up there as a figurehead. So the people that own the franchise of Burger King now, they can put a pizza in there if they want to. But it's like you'll never see them. It's like you'll never see the people that's really in control.
Okay. So this is only playing devil's advocate just to further the conversation. Not, like I said, not to justify or condone going out popping politicians. But to his point was start popping politicians until they get the message and they start actually representing our interests. So I don't think that his point was to, like I said, line them all up and just, take them all out and start from scratch. It's just like, hey, how many politicians do you think it would take to get assassinated until the remaining ones start saying, all right, cool, we might need to start, actually
being on our shit.
Yeah, we might need to start actually doing some stuff. And, besides the people who are actually in power, even above the politicians. And it's like, you don't think that it would be a number that can be reached that
I think
remaining politicians would be like, all right, cool.
I think
we need to start changing something.
I think the way our system is run, our constitution, and how we vote, and how it have to be either a left or a two-party system,
or even changing that whole thing.
Yeah, I think now because we have a two-party system and we have to vote on things, and because of that system we have in place, it's to hold other people accountable. So you won't get too powerful, or you won't get too powerful, or this one person or whatever. You have all these people that have to come together and vote to make a change or bring in a law or remove a law or whatever the case may be. I think that wouldn't even help if you start to off politicians, because it doesn't change this. It doesn't change the system. Like how you say, it wouldn't even change how we vote. You still need 60 votes.
But I'm saying it would it? You don't think that it would cause them to start making changes to the system when they start taking out politicians and saying, hey, look, this is why we taking out politicians. We don't feel like that the process that you guys and the system that you guys have in place now accurately represents what we have in our best interests and what we want to accomplish. And you are not giving us the power that our Constitution supposedly guaranteed us.
But wouldn't it be more of a single power system to where it is this person controls all the food, this person controls all the welfare, this person controls transportation, airfare, banking system.
I mean, it's
like
divvied up in the departments.
It's just too many people have to come together to vote to get something passed. Even if you have a single person that's representing your neighborhood, your town, your Cook County or your district, like the alderman can't get nothing done by themselves. The mayor can't get nothing done by themselves. They got to go to a board, they got to vote on it, or they even have to go to an election where you go in there and say, vote yes on this bill or vote no. Like it doesn't. If you take out the mayor, there's still somebody there.
But you don't think it would
still send a signal.
But 100%. You don't think it would force them to have skin in the game to the point where it's just like, all right, look,
100%.
We need to imagine if some lunatic did something crazy that was an act of or threat of proven threat of violence towards all of the members in Congress that are debating right now. Say, hey, look, if y'all don't go in there and figure something out and come out in less than a week with some kind of agreement, there's some stuff going to start happening, and this is the proof that we got to show that we can make this stuff happen.
Like two politicians.
You don't think that they would?
Oh, 100%.